the Lewinsky and Reinhardt. Short time ago, Alf caught up with the rider of Lewinsky, Noel Callow.
Well, Noel, it's a big day. Lewinsky, I thought its performance first up was pretty good for its new trainer, Mick Price. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a good win that day. It was locked in on the inside and it was lucky enough to sneak through on the paint, and I think it'll run really well. It's well named, it's out of Dangerous Lady, so Lewinsky's a good name for it.
Yeah, it certainly is. Noel, how have you found the track? Is it drying out at all, getting a bit firmer?
Yeah, I reckon it is. It's drying right out, and it's a beautiful day, and which is a rarity in Melbourne, but they've turned it on for Cup Day, and it's the track's, reaping the rewards.
Lewinsky's form down the straight in the past has been quite good.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit older, but Mick's happy to run him over 1200, and I think the horse will run really well.
He also picked up the ride on Tycoon Ruler in the last. He does tend to switch his form around a bit.
Yeah, but he made 10 colour today, so I reckon he might be able to switch him on. He can tend to lay in a little bit, but the firm track suits him as well. That's probably why he mixes a bit, because he's not comfortable in the soft track, but it's no excuses today for him.
So Noel Callow might just get a little bit aggressive on him.
Yeah, for sure. I'll show him who's boss and see how he turn out.
All right, well, let's hope so for all those who've backed Lewinsky. Okay, there they are parading now for this 9th event on the card, and super impressive is the toppy here. He's second up after a spell today. Alf, pretty good galloper on his day, super impressive.
Very good galloper, and as the track's improved during the course of the day, I do believe this horse comes into contentions. I had anticipated this. I selected it this morning, and I have got no reason at all to opt away from him.
Well, number 2, you spoke to Noel about Lewinsky, and does look a leading hope.
I thought its win at Maui was good, and we talk about Maui and places like that, but I tell you what, they're hard to win anywhere, and that was over the 1100. His form down the straight is okay. This horse will go very well. It's a good galloper when it's on song, and I like it down the straight.
Number 3 has 4 duck eggs alongside it in my form here, Sir Chuckle. You wouldn't be expecting it to be winning today.
No, it just seems to be totally out of form at the moment. It'll show its customary speed, and I would imagine set it up for something to run past it.
4 and 5 are scratched. Number 6 is the very consistent Applicant, Brad Mazzato train.
Yeah, very good galloper, this horse, Applicant. Look, his form's very good. This is probably, I would have thought, the best that he's met in the past. He's got a bit of weight. He has drawn favourably, I would have thought, down the outside. I think it's a must-include horse.
7 and 8 are scratchings, and then we go to number 9 here. Drawn wide, Karamazoo, but probably come down the outside.
Yeah, always goes all right, and we spoke to Peter earlier, and he did indicate to us that the horse would strip fitter today, and it does look as if that will be the case.
Well, Alf, one that does look like this straight course is Reinhardt, Mark Connor's train, and he's got a distinct liking for the Flemington track.
Genuine little galloper. Don't think the run suited him. It just wasn't run to suit perfectly at Moonee Valley back on the 25th of October. Again, he's trained on nicely. Yeah, he could give a bold sight.
Okay, just haven't seen him in the parade yet, but we'll go on to ACDC quickly.
Yeah, ACDC, well, he's a horse that doesn't win all that often. Very consistent. Behind Gold Class, I thought he had every chance to do something. The effort was sound. He is trained on the track. That gives him his best chance.
All right, we've just gone back to him there, and he's a leading hope. Craig Neward looking for a treble. Now we can go to the 12, Wyndham Glory, who is second up after a spell today, but has a faultless record second up, 3 from 3.
Yeah, not a bad galloper, this horse, and again, he's drawn toward the middle to just out slightly. He does parade very well today, and as you've said, second up. Yep, got to be right there.
What about Milkshake? Any chance?
Milkshake, interesting run of this. Look, got out. They stretched his campaign out last preparation. He was a winner over here at the 1400 at Flemington, and then he went to the 2000. He freshened up, had a nice spell, and really does look well in the mounting enclosure. Just looking at him, I would be inclined to risk him and say he might just need one.
What about Youthful? $22 chance, Nash Rawilla to ride.
Again, this horse's form is respectable. Yeah, couldn't dismiss it. It looks fair.
The next one in the parade's 15, and that is Cool Trent. His form's been a little ordinary of late too, but well in the market.
Yeah, Flemington, look, he's trained on the track. He's won one from 22 starts. That's the only thing that puts me off. He just doesn't seem to know where the winning post is. But when he's at his best, he can pull out a good run, and I really can't knock his condition. He really does look very well.
Okay, John Hawkes trains Samden with the Goucher board. It's first up today, but long odds.
Yes, I would be more inclined to risk it.
Bancheri is also one that's fresh today, number 17.
Looks very strong, very healthy, and on resumption today, I think you'd find it'll be very much in this race. Drawn towards the inside, shouldn't represent too much of a problem. It'll work to the centre at some stage, but it really does look well.
Yeah, it's got a very good fresh record too. What about Rohatyn? Long odds.
Yeah, Rohatyn is just too inconsistent for mine. I know he's a good galloper when he performs, but, you know, I like to see him do it a bit more consistently than that.
Okay, and one more is Achieved, and he's at pretty long odds too.
Well, he's had a few runs back this time, and, you know, he's done a few things okay. Look, his performance here was acceptable not that long ago. It was only a Class 6, though. I would have thought these are a bit stronger than that, given the fact that, you know, from bottom to top weight, there's not quite enough to separate them.
You'd hardly miss him. Thank you, Alf. There's the runners parading at Flemington. There is a value bet, 1902 238 238. There's the first four.
Something during the day for the Melbourne Cup. That is the first 12. I can update you that Mamul pulled up lame in the right hind, and as you can see, finished officially last. Holy Orders, who finished 17th, pulled up short in its action, particularly in the back. So that was a bit of news from the veterinary surgeons, and that's the run through with officially last Mamul. Frankie Dettori said basically he's the horse out, and of course, as I said, pulled up lame in the right hind. So that's a little bit of news. They're still celebrating Chris, though. The media conference has been held. Glenn Boss has still got one ride to come, and I reckon then he'll be out to party with the rest of the gang tonight. And of course, off the beaten track tomorrow morning on Sky, our country show, Tony Sandick, well, one of the lucky owners of the Melbourne Cup winner, will be our special guest.
And we look forward to that, and I reckon that'll be a big night. I'd love to be a fly on the wall with the celebrations with David Hall, Glenn Boss connections, Tony and the owner and all the crew that have been connected with the Hall stable. That'll be a big night. Good luck to them too. Now, at Flemington, runners are about to start moving in. And this is the second last on Cup Day with the 4 scratchings. It is a field of 15 down the straight, 1,200 here. Let's head now to Greg Miles.
Righto, this is the Feltex Carpets Plate, and the best move on track is for AC/DC. It'll run the favourite. He is a horse who is a little bit in and out. He hasn't won a lot of races, but he's going to get a good run into the event here, because I see a lot of pace on the outside. He'll come across with Applicant, Lewinsky, Karamazoo are all speedy horses on the outside, so he just might get a nice cart into the race. They're moving into the stalls. And Lewinsky in the yellow with the red Maltese cross comes up into the stalls. AC/DC now goes into its place in the gates. And next up is going to be Milkshake. It's ready. Most of them are in the stalls. Over near the outside, the last few to get set, Karamazoo and Applicant. Be interesting to see where they go. It looks like most of the speed's grandstand side. Field is just about ready. So they're all in. They're racing. Karamazoo began well. Applicant seemed to just knuckle a little at the start alongside him. Milkshake was away well, and so is Lewinsky and Wyndham Glory. And Reinhardt is coming across this way as well, and Youthful not far away in the green colours. And it's a caller's delight. They've all crossed to the grandstand side. Sir Chuckle coming up the middle of the track there with Achieved, and Bancheri isn't far away from them. Coming past the 800-metre mark now. Wyndham Glory is the leader. Lewinsky right behind it on the rails, and Reinhardt is prominent in the red and white colours. Super Impressive is up there as well in the black blinkers. The baldy-faced Bankiri is a little wider out from him, and AC/DC's tracking up behind these. Then Cool Trent, Achieved and Sir Chuckle not too far off the leading bunch up the middle of the track. Samden is well back, and so is Milkshake. Applicants trying to search for a run through. Karamazoo, one of the last on the outside rail, but only about 4 lengths would cover the lot of them. Coming to the 200, Sir Chuckle over in the middle of the track has raced up with Super Impressive. They go to the lead now from Wyndham Glory. AC/DC and Youthful gets a run through now in the last 50 metres. Super Impressive and Youthful come down to the line together. Super Impressive, Youthful, a nose to Super Impressive. Milkshake third, and close up on the other side then was Cool Trent, and they were followed closely by Lewinsky, AC/DC, Bankiri, Applicant, Sir Chuckle, Samden and Achieved, and further back in the field then Wyndham Glory and Reinhardt and Karamazoo, one of the last in.
It was a spot-on call, Gregory, because it did win by a nose. Youthful, and there's Nash Rawiller, the winning rider, and it's just beat Super Impressive. Third to Milkshake, fourth went to Lewinsky. 16.10 and 5.90 for the winner. 340, 580, 106.70, 155.10, 4,047 the trifecta, and the first four $39,000 and $36.40. 39,000 and 36.40 on 14, 1, 13 and 2. Okay, Morfordville 3, 7, 1 and 9, and awaiting the divs there and the first four there. Randwick 4.10 Lynn's Money. Some support Eyes and Tees. Majik Miss at 7.90. Lust at 3.30 is the favourite. Ruleek at 8.10. And then further down to 11 Adventurous Rose and 12 Sunset Express. The others at long odds. Race 7 in 4 minutes from now, where there is a value bet. 1902 238 238 is the number there. There's the divs again at Eagle Farm. It's father and son combination to win the last at Randwick today. There's the market as the runners are about to move in. Ascot, the next there coming up.
With us. Right, are you right, Les? Right, thank you. 2KY's with us now. And the crowd out here this afternoon, almost 41,000. 40,978. Isn't that a ridiculous? 40,978. Just gets better and better and better, eh? Melbourne Cup Day here at Randwick. Almost 41,000 people. They tell me about 9,000, the unofficial crowd out at Rose Hill. So between the two, not a bad tally. Set to go here. Last of the afternoon. Racing this time, and immediately Hampden Park Majik Miss dropped out the back with Sunset Express, and Lust heavily back goes straight to the lead. 2 lengths on O'Bard. Adventurous Rose on the inside third. A length and a half to Ruleek. Info Miss followed by Sunset Express, Lynn's Money, then Eyes and Tees, Razor Jane, God Help Me, and Hampden Park and Majik Miss the last pair. Shane Moses has his father's horse Lust bowling along by about 4 lengths on O'Bard, coming past the 650. A length Adventurous Rose, Ruleek wide, Info Miss in the middle, Sunset Express the rails. Then Lynn's Money, 2.5 to Razor Jane, and a good margin to Eyes and Tees, Hampden Park, God Help Me, and Majik Misses last. Lust around the corner must lead about 4 lengths or so on O'Bard, followed by Adventurous Rose. They're starting to close in on Lust. Lynn's Money's joining in swiftly. Info Miss and Ruleek not far away. Now Lynn's Money's hit the front. Lust gave in without a kick. Here's Eyes and Tees after Lynn's Money. It's Bowman showing Lynn's Money the whip. Eyes and Tees ranging up on the outside. Lynn's Money is fighting on. Eyes and Tees can't quite catch Lynn's Money, and Lynn's Money gets there from Eyes and Tees and Ruleek, Sunset Express. And then came Razor Jane, followed by Majik Miss. Further away in the field, God Help Me, Info Miss, followed then by O'Bard. A good margin off then Adventurous Rose. Hampden Park has run second last, and Lust has knocked up and finished a conspicuous last. Lynn's Money's got the money. Number 2, Huey Bowman. Big day for Huey. Number 2, Lynn's Money, Huey Bowman. 3 for Hugh. Trained by Rod Northam at Scone. Put the riding on the wall with a very good run at Rose Hill last start behind Little Jerboa. And appreciated the extra 100 metres here today by Hugh Mam from Love of Money. And Lynn's Money has been able to take the last in the time of 1 minute 10.65. Eyes and Tees will be second, and Ruleek third. Eyes and Tees trained by David Lee, written by son Jason, a mare by Bureaucracy. And Ruleek trained at Cowra by Viv Miller, a mare by Rancho Ruler, written by Mitchell Bell. Last, well, it showed a tremendous amount of speed, but it only went from the 1100 to the 400, so it went, or the 1200 to the 400, went 800 metres, and it was a spent force. First up for nearly 2 years.
All right, so Lynn's Money. And as Ian said, Huey Bowman, good day for Hugh. Good rider is Huey, and he's won 3 races there today. Eyes and Tees and Ruleek, 25.60, 47.60 and 199.60 for 237. We'll get that fourth number. I just didn't jot it down. We'll get that in a minute and give you the first 4 as the runners are starting to get set there at Ascot. Bissington now 16 away, the last back 5, of course. And Bird Dancer, the 100 raider over Singtail, Civil and Tarcoola Midnight, 4, 12, 3 and 9. Abyssinian given a hope in the last. Civil at 6.40, Bird Dancer at 2.50, 13 Tweak, 8.70 Rooftop Grove, and then support for Beau Gallant and further over. Tarcoola Midnight and Chatline both given chances, and the rest at long odds. The last over the 1400 coming up in 15. Ranwick, the last, has been run and won, and correct weight there. Lynn's Money, Eyes and Tees, Ruleek. Sunset Express ran 4th in that in the first 4, 1,183.70. They parade for the last with support for Civil and the favourite Bird Dancer. He's been impressive. Chatline in the market, little support for Tarcoola Midnight. A lot of long shots in this race too. And they parade. Tycoon Ruler is number 1, but an outsider at $24 in the last. Give it any chance, Alf?
Chris, on firm ground, it gives him his best chance here.
Okay, what about Abyssinian? It's won its last 2. It is going pretty well at the moment, but at nice odds today, $17. Mind you, those wins were at Moe and Werribee.
Yeah, sure. But this horse is racing very well. The firmer track, punters have probably taken to him a bit because of that reason, and stepping up in ground too. He's been a huge drifter on course.
The horse that has been costly at times is Civil, but he's well in the market again today.
Yeah, but I tell you what, he's still lightly raced. He's only had 5 starts. He's competed at good level. This is his opportunity to stand up here today. He's drawn perfectly, looks very well, gets his opportunity.
Well, Bird Dancer, it hasn't won, well, it's won at Sandown, but gee, it's looked absolutely spectacular winning its last couple, including at Seymour last start. Brian Mayfield-Smith, I think he's got a lot of time for this horse, and so have the punters.
Yeah, been kept very solid on course. Looks terrific in the mounting enclosure. I think you'll find it'll be running very well indeed.
Fire at Will. It's first up today. Has been placed up first up before for Barbara Joseph.
Yeah, drawn very wide here, which isn't a good gate to draw wide at, this wide anyway. But look, can't fault its appearance.
Tweak is back from a spell today too, and has been placed all runs first up. Hasn't won, but has been placed.
Yeah, this is one horse that can actually go forward. It's got natural speed without any trouble. It has drawn out a little bit, but it's got enough natural speed to overcome it. Looks good.
Well, from the David Hall camp, drawn wide as Rooftop Grove, but must be a show. It's had 5 starts, 3 wins and a placing.
Yeah, pretty good horse this, and I think they've got a big opinion of it, and they're anticipating good things from it. Looks good.
Okay, then we go to Beau Gallant. It's been placed its last couple of runs at Moonee Valley and Geelong.
This looks very well in the parade. Sports the pacifiers here. Didn't think the race was run to suit last start, and even prior to that at Moonee Valley. Just didn't get the right opportunity during transit. Yeah, it looks okay.
Number 9 is Tarcoola Midnight, Craig Newitt. He's already had a terrific day, Craig. He's on fire, and this horse is pretty good second up.
Yes, form's good second up. Looks very well too. And you're right, Craig Newitt's going very well. I suppose overshadowed by the bigger events, but he's hanging in there.
I had something on Chatline when it won at Werribee, and it was never going to lose that race. Could it win today?
This is a stronger race, no doubt about that, but it's probably drawn okay to get the right sort of run. Looks good.
Number 11's out. Number 12, Singtao, and Glenn Boss for Grant Dalziel. That's back from a spell.
Yeah, looks forward enough to do something. In fact, looks very healthy under saddle with Glenn. Yeah, said it wouldn't surprise. It looks very good.
Yeah, 2 from 2 first up, 2 for it. 13's out. 14 is Moksha by Snippets, Peter Moody train.
And might need a fair bit going for it here. Yeah, might struggle.
136. Royal Laughter. It's won its last 2 at Sale and Moe.
Yeah, again, up in class dramatically here. And, you know, got there just over the concluding stages at Sale and then at Moe again. So, yeah, look, I'd be inclined to sort of disregard it.
Valiant Chief, Chris Munce's ride. It's South Australian form, not too bad, but long odds.
Yeah, I think it'd need to improve.
Okay, 17 gets a run. Amoroso, Stevie King, Tony McAvoy. Won well at Cheltenham last start.
Yeah, I don't know how strong that race is. You know, it was a non-metro win on that occasion, but it does present well in the yard, and it'd have to put its right foot forward because it has drawn awkwardly too.
And bless the lads over from Tassie for Charlie Goggin.
Yes, again, Class 6 in Tassie. I would have thought this would be a bit tough too.
All right, Alfie, thank you indeed. As the runners are heading to the start now for the final event on the card, there is a value bet there, 1902-238-238 for value bet. Now at Ascot, the divs there officially, King Jugar 250-140, 13 and 2 are making up the top 8 at Flemington. The final event on Cup Day, we have a little day rest for Flemington tomorrow. Of course, Kyneton Cup Day in the Provincials is always a terrific day and always attracts a great crowd. And then, of course, we return to Flemington on Thursday for Oaks Day, and that would be fantastic, especially if this weather continues the way it has. Let's head to Alan Thomas now for the final event on Cup Day.
The last race, 1,400 metres. Valiant Chief and Fire at Will be the last 2 to move in. Bird Dance is our favourite, drawn on the inside. Been well back to win the last. So Valiant Chief and Fire at Will come up. Abyssinian has moved in. Tarcoola Midnight, Tycoon Ruler. Valiant Chief just wants to back away at the moment. He's got about 4 or 5 attendants grouped around it. And Valiant Chief is now coming up towards the gates. So Valiant Chief is in. And Fire at Will moves up. And the line is now complete. The set to run, last event on for a start. And they're racing, and Bird Dancer jumped only fairly off the inside. In fact, he's gone a long way back. In fact, he's third last on settling down. Out wide on the track, Tweak is going quickly, and he's joined by Abyssinian on the inside when they go 200. Tarcoola Midnight gets the third, Mookshar fourth, followed by Tycoon Ruler. Beau Gallant's next on the inside from Fire at Will, followed by Valiant Chief. Chatline a little bit wide. Civil next on the inside, then comes Singtao. One further back is Bless the Lad. Bird Dancer's back fourth last on the inside, and then came Rooftop Grove, followed by Royal Laughter, and last of all Amoroso. Inside the 800, Abyssinian leads ahead to Tweak the outside. Tarcoola Midnight third, Tycoon Rulers in the middle, and Mookshar 3 deep as they come to the bend from Beau Gallant. Fire at Will. Valiant Chief next to the outside, coming to the bend, followed by Chatline. And where's Bird Dancer? It's a long way back, turning for home, looking for runs. In the straight, Abyssinian leads, coming to the 400, a half to Tweak. Tarcoola Midnight goes the inside, followed by Civil, Tycoon Riller. Beau Gallant is coming down the outside, and Chatline and Valiant Chief. Tarcoola Midnight got up on the inside. Beau Gallant and Valiant Chief, and Bird Dancer's coming late. Bird Dancer screaming down the outside after these leaders. Bird Dancer got the Valiant Chief, and then of the 100 to go. Bird Dancer's just in front as they hit the line, and he's got up the favourite Bird Dancer from Valiant Chief or Beau Gallant, followed by Amoroso. The next time in the race, Singtao, followed then by Civil, Tarcoola Midnight, Royal Laughter, a long way back on the field, Chatline, Rooftop Grove, then comes Tweak a long way back as Mookshar, and Bless the Lad has pulled up at the tail of the field in company with Fire at Will.
Timing his run to perfection, Nash Rawiller on the favourite. He's promising, this horse, and he looked really good again today for Brian Mayfield-Smith. He knows how to get a good horse, doesn't he? And it is a dead heat. It was very close for the Miners. Now, 8 and 16, Beau Gallant and Valiant Chief. They're the two that have dead heated, and no sign of a fourth number. There was a bunch of them there in that photo, but Bird Dancer down the outside, too good. Now they're starting to get set at Morfettville. The top 8 there. Sabre Lady, the favourite, at 370. Unrussell Tap, the second elect there. And then Madatina, Princess Taylor, Belsiki. They're the main hopes here in the last. And Sabre Lady, the best back runner, as they get set this race over the 16... no, it's not. It's over the 1200. All right, now, can't help you with a fourth there at Flemington. At 4 and a dead heat, 8 and 16. Or 4, 16, 8, 7. Stacks of them. 4, 16 and 8, 4, 8, 16. Your first fours will be 4, 8, 16, 17, or 4...
And on screen at the moment, just about to make its way into the barrier stall. 5.10 for Troy Dan, and across the page, Flyby now at $7.10. Just eased in betting a little bit, has number 10.
So Mythical Bid. They go quickly in this. The scratchings for Targi, 6 Herky, 4 and a 6. Couple of jockeys to give you. Race 7, 2 a shilling, Matt Paget. Race 7, number 2. And in the last event, the jockey of 4, She's the One, is also Matthew Paget. Race 7, number 4. So Shy Hero comes forward. Mythical Bid moves in. Talio drawn towards the inside, in fact, in gate 1. Talio stands up, Flyby is there, and Mighty Pete will complete the line. Mighty Pete goes up. Line is just about set. Tui Skeletar Sprint. Please, number 2, number 5 is the favourite, Robert Thompson. Lights flashing, they're just about set. Souls are back, away and racing. Troy Dan easily won the start, lobbed a half length in front. Shy Hero second, third was Monreleur, who's working up along the inside, and Please tracks it along. Paul Marmere right behind the Metalio, travelling on the inside, and 2 lengths back to Mythical Bid. Flyby next to last, and last of all was Mighty Pete. Up towards the 650, Troy Dan in front easily. Troy Dan leads by 2. Shy Hero to second, third. Monreleur pleases fourth, followed by Paul Marmere. Talio, Titan for room there. 2.5 Mythical Bid, followed by Flyby as they move towards the home turn. Last of all was Mighty Pete. Troy Dan leads the Skeletar Sprint field into the straight by a half length. On the outside was Shy Hero. Here comes Please out 3 wide, and Paul Marmere is 4 deep to the 200. Troy Dan kicks back, Shy Hero the middle, and here comes the favourite Please on the outside. Even wider on the track was Paul Marmere. Please race to the front. Paul Marmere to second, but Please in front holding Paul Marmere, and Please has beaten Paul Marmere. Mythical Bid late for third, followed by Shy Hero. Flyby followed by Italio. Troy then capitulated over the concluding stages for Mighty Pete, and back last of all was Monreleur.
And the favourite gets home, number 5, Please, and pays $2.10 and $1.50, 3 and 11 for the minor placings. First 4 on the previous at the Gold Coast. Race 6, the numbers 6, 4, 2 and 10. It paid $1,716.10. Quite a healthy return there on the first 4. Musselbrook numbers on race 6, unofficial 5, 3 and 11. Kembla Grange our next for coverage. Race 7, it's over 1,200 metres. It's a maiden plate and tipped on top by Matthew.